Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nadia from the Nadia and Rob channel, and today Rob is just taking it a bit easy. He's upstairs working away, nothing too stressful. This recording is more about, or this video is more about what we've been making for the past 4 weeks since Rob has had his operation in the esophagus, and what we want to make sure is that Rob doesn't lose weight drastically, which is what can happen from this type of surgery. So we had to come up with some interesting ways. In our previous video, we talked about stocks and broths. Well, that's what led to this. So this is where I'll be showing you what I've been making for us on a daily basis, and it is delicious, it is nutritious, and it provides everything that he needs for his body to garner all the little soldiers he needs in his body to help with the healing process while maintaining his weight. So what I've been making for us has been a lot of ramen style soup, not traditional by any means, but a lot of the inspiration comes from it, and it is a great way of him getting protein into his system because he wasn't able to eat any meat for about almost 4 weeks, and now we are past his 4-week mark. He can actually start having some vegetables, so we are going to put some, couldn't find any baby bok choy, but we're gonna saute up some bok choy, make sure it's nice and soft for him. It's as big as my face. Some bok choy. That way I can also get some vegetables in my diet as well. Do about 2 of those. And the ingredients that we're going to be using are, we always keep a giant jar of confit garlic. If you don't have one, that's okay, just use fresh garlic, but I'll be using some confit garlic, and I'll be using some tahini. And if I forgot to mention, it's actually going to be a miso based broth. So tahini, white miso, and some white pepper. The white pepper actually gives it a nice distinct taste to it that you won't get with any other pepper. So it won't boost the chili factor because Rob can't have anything spicy, but it will just boost the flavor itself. Yeah, so casual cooking. I'm actually cooking lunch for both of us, so I thought I'd bring this along, or bring you guys along to see what we're making today for lunch. Another good source of protein, I'll actually be putting some medium tofu into the broth, and I'm going to be making some soft eggs for us as well. It is yummy. Okay, let's get started. Fridge, tofu, eggs, my pot. I'm going to take some tahini, soybean paste, and the confit garlic. And we're going to put them all in the pot. We won't turn the heat on the pot yet. I'm just going to put all these in there, and there's no actual measurements. You just go by taste. Spoon. Okay. A little bit. Okay. And just have a little bit. Let's wash the spoon. Teeny. Both of us, that much stuff. Let's do that much today. Scrape all the good stuff off the spoon. And normally I just use the big tablespoon to mix everything with, but I don't want to annoy people by making scraping sounds on this channel and scaring people away. A bit more oil. Oh. And need broth. Ilios, that's the broth that we'll be using for this one. It's not very chickeny in flavor, which is fine, but has a lot of good stuff in here, and Overall, even though it doesn't taste much like chicken, I still think it's a tasty broth. Okay. So, what we want to do first, intense flame, jeez. Okay. Now I will try my best to show you what I'm doing, but I can't quite get the camera high enough. What you want to do is to start sauteing everything, and the reason we're doing that is because we're going to emulsify the miso paste with the broth so they become a little more homogenized. It's already smelling so good. See how that's coming along? Anybody ever make pâte choux? It has a bit of that texture. It's light, fluffy, and cloudy. And at this stage, we are going to, yeah, that looks good. Yep. Grab your broth. Just add a little bit at a time. Stir constantly. Smells so good. So good. See that? By adding the broth, stir, stir, stir. And if you get any brown bits here, that's okay. That's just called flavor. And just keep stirring. Once you get to that point, then you can add as much or as little broth as you want. Okay, now add the rest of it. Looks good. That should do it. Okay. Now that the broth has been added, I am just going to put this in the fridge because there's still half a carton in there, and ginger. Fresh ginger is delicious in this broth. So we are going to take, yeah, it looks pretty sad, but this ginger, oopsie. This ginger I had cut yesterday to make broth, so I'm just going to put that in there, and that'll infuse with it as it's heating through, and that'll give it a really great taste. And let's taste this. Take some white pepper. Good. Just a pinch of some MSG. Depending on how much miso you add, you may not need to add more salt, but this one felt like it needed it. It depends on the broth you use as well. Okay. One more taste. Actually can do with more white pepper. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly clean up and then we'll move on to the next phase. This is gonna, once this simmers, I will then add the chunks of, what's it called? Tofu. Okay, so we're gonna take this tofu. I'm just gonna quickly cut some chunks. There you go. Oops. Hard to shoot and cook at the same time. Okay. Add that in gently so you don't get any splashbacks. Whoa! Doing all the things you shouldn't be doing at home. Go. And one more for good measure. Okay. So good. Lower the heat so it just gently simmers and just stays warm. We just want it to stay warm. Now that the broth is simmering away, or basically staying warm, we are now going to prepare and saute our bok choy. Saute it in a pan instead of steaming it, because that's the way that I like it. And then we are going to make some soft-boiled eggs, and we are going to use soba noodles. They're nice and soft and slippery for Rob. Sounded weird. Okay, let's get to it. Just clean this. Dry this off. Clean, clean, clean. Okay, that's done. Pot. Water in this pot we're going to do the eggs and the noodles together, but we're going to do it at different timings. Let's quickly chop these up. This. There you go. Ooh, so intense. Okay, a bit of oil. Good. Nadia, you're so loud. And I like to use this. This is a little Korean chili. Just a little sprinkle. Just enough for taste rather than for heat. Mix everything around. That'll start heating through. Okay, now while I'm waiting for the water to boil for the eggs and the soba noodles, I'm just going to quickly clean up. Always make sure you wipe your knife dry, especially if you have good knives. You don't want any resting on them. Two of these guys. Jesus, board is wet. Nice. Like to have a clean fire. This is sizzling nicely. And I'm just going to put a lid on it. Two eggs. I've got my 2 eggs here. I have my 2 soba noodles here. Yep. And water is boiling away. Let's add everything in. Check this. Timer. Right there. Once the timer hits the 3-minute mark, then I'm going to add these soba noodles in because they actually won't take very long. But what I do need to prepare is a strainer because we're going to strain the noodles and wash them with cold water. And I find with this type of timing, the eggs and the noodles always turn out really, really well. Whew, it's hot. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. 3-second roll. Another one? What is going on? I'll keep these for myself. Another 3-second roll. Bok choy is done. For the 2 that fell, I'll eat those. We're almost at the 3-minute mark. As soon as it hit 3 minutes, noodles go in. Why is everything so difficult today? 1, 2, everything down. Ooh, so intense. Rob? Yeah. Food will be ready in about 5-10 minutes. Almost done. Almost done. Come on, timer. Come on. Yes. Okay, now that's done. We will eek. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. Let's assemble. Let's assemble. We are going to get some soy sauce and rice vinegar. Just going to add a bit to each bowl, almost like a tare, but obviously not quite. It's just to give it a little extra flavor and to ensure that Rob is getting all the components of savory, slightly sour, but nothing that would bother his esophagus. Just to ensure everything's good in the body, I'll take that one. Now for me, because I like mine a bit spicy, so what I'm going to add is this Taiwanese chili sauce. It's really good. It's more like, they're all ground chilies in here, made into a sauce paste-like consistency. So I'm just gonna add a bit in mine. This stuff is so good. So good. I'm not very adept at using chopsticks to pick these noodles up, so I'm just going to use a tongue. I swear I'm not normally this messy when I'm on my own. Next, we are just going to coat these noodles a bit. Just a bit in that soy sauce, rice, wine, vinegar mixture. And we just make them look a bit nice. Okay. Next is the broth. Good, looks good. Tofu. Not pretty by any means. Okay. Next. Sizzle, sizzle. There are just some days where eggs peel beautifully and then others where it's like seeking out vengeance against you or something. Today is one of the beautiful peeling days. There you go. Shall we show you guys how this looks? Okay, everything is done. Just put Rob's bowl here for a second. Let's give it a taste. The egg came out perfectly soft. I'm not good at slurping. I wish I could slurp noodles, but don't have the practice in it. The broth turned out so good. Vegetables are tasty and the egg is yummy, yummy. I find making this, if you're not making stock or broth from scratch, buy a good quality one because it actually makes a difference in taste. Our previous video we showed all the different stocks and broths that we got, including stock cubes, and I did make this yesterday using the Campbell box, the Campbell soup one. It was okay, but for some reason it had a bit of a bitterness to it. This one I used the Elios one, and it tastes good, so good. Very satisfying. But of course, you know, Rob's mom's stock, Grandma Davidson, when I was making it with hers, the depth and flavor you cannot mimic. It is so good. Hope you found this video entertaining. I did all the things wrong today, but it's hard to shoot and cook at the same time. But if you guys really liked this and would like to see more like this where we're just casually cooking up something, let us know. We'd be happy to do it, and it'll give me a little more practice because I think I need it. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. The likes do actually make a difference in the algorithm, and we're hoping to keep growing so that we can then continue to make these videos for you guys. See you next time. Rob?
Yeah.
Ready to eat?
Yeah.